Hi, all, welcome back to 10 Minutes HR. Today, we will cover last part on how to make your own PCB calculator. During part 2, we added a function to allow input for TP3 and use it to test on scenario 2. In today's session, we will add in another function, where it allow user to key in opening balance. This function will be useful during implementation, where payroll history migrate as lump sum amount into new system. Recap on scenario 3, a new requirement on new payroll implementation. Which mean user will have to migrate past payroll into new system and ensure accuracy in tax calculation. Open Excel from what we completed during part 2. There is section for TP3 and section for current payroll. We will need to create a section for past months of payroll input. Insert new row and label it as opening balance. Remove yellow highlight, as we do not want to confuse with TP3 section. Let's give some explanation on this. Put a color to differentiate this section. Now in this workbook, user will have 3 types of input. TP3 from previous employment. Opening balance, this could be payroll history or some legacy data. Lastly, we have section to calculate current month payroll. Since we added a new section, taxable earnings formula will need update, so it capture opening balance amount. Let's try apply scenario 3 into our calculator. Change current month to September. Opening balance for this scenario should cover payroll from April to August. Employee has monthly salary 7,000 from April to August, so we will put in 7,000 multiply 5 months. Total of 35,000. Since we capturing PCB from TP3, we would want to capture PCB paid from past payroll records. Insert a new row here. Label it as PCB paid. Move on to a total annual tax to pay. We need to include PCB paid into here as well. Update the formula to include D5. So far, we had update formula for taxable earnings and annual tax to pay. Let's highlight both cells. Now I would like to compare tax amount with LHDN Calculator. Go to LHDN Calculator and use previously employed in current year. Update input in this calculator as per scenario 3. Select September. Marital status is single. For accumulate income, we will fill in the same amount from TP3. EPF amount is 4,000, because we knew this is max EPF capping and employee contribution is more than this. Next is accumulated PCB paid. Here we have the amount as 1,221. And for current month remuneration, key in as 7,000. Click Calculate. PCB amount is 1,094.75. It matched with our calculator. Up to here, we have completed a basic tax calculator which can accommodate input for TP3, opening balance and able compute current tax. Here the bonus track, we will also cover how to calculate PCB on additional remuneration, example bonus payment. To accommodate tax on bonus, we need create a separate section for this. Column F will be used for additional remuneration tax. In this test case, we will use 8,000 for bonus payment. I will create a summary total for additional remuneration. This is because you can always modify this workbook to allow more types of additional remuneration such as commission. You can always pay bonus in separate payroll cycle, however when come to tax calculation, you will lump sum total taxable income within payroll month for tax calculation. In this example, estimated annual taxable income for tax on bonus will be 93,000 plus 8,000, total 101,000. Same concept on tax relief, we will need to reduce taxable earnings with tax relief amount. Put a sum at cell F27, formula should be F14 minus F23. Net taxable income to be used is 88,000. Delete this tax rate label, as we going to use this cell. Bring in net taxable income into F29, because our tax logic referring to this. Up to here, the tax calculation method is same, except amount is different. So, let's build the same formula using VLOOKUP against tax table. The first 70,000 tax amount is 3,700. Then let populate the p-value, which is the tier taxable amount. Find out what is the remaining taxable amount after minus p-value tier taxable amount, which is 70,001. The remaining taxable amount for next calculation is 17,999. Let fetch the tax rate. So the tax on remaining taxable income is 17,999 multiply 19%, equivalent to 3,419.81. Total annual tax is 3,700 plus 3,419.81. It come to 7,119.81. Now we have two tax amount, tax based on 7,000 only, and tax based on salary plus bonus. Use 7,119.81 minus 5,599.81, we will get the actual tax on bonus only, which is 1,520. Time to find out what is the actual monthly PCB when there is bonus payment. Use row 38, add up both D37 and F36. Total PCB is 2,614.7025. Let's validate this with LHDN Calculator. It seems there are discrepancy on the decimal, let's find out. The root cause should be the decimal after first calculation, this is because tax amount will always round to nearest ringgit. Update the cell with rounding function with decimal as 0. Remember put this rounding to both cell D33 and F33. And now we have the exact PCB amount as per LHDN calculator. Let's add some color to the key cells involved in the tax calculation so they're easy to identify. With that, we've completed today's session on building a PCB calculator. You can always modify the workbook based on entry preference or specific scenarios that you have. It can take input from TP3, past payroll, and compute tax on additional remuneration. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoy this session. Remember to like, subscribe and share.